You ready, Mac?
Yeah, I guess.
Mac, if we're going to do this, we have to be united. You know how slippery Blue can be.
Boy, do I.
He can weasel himself into anything and then get out just as fast. That's how we got into this whole problem.
I know, Frankie, but I just hate confrontation, especially with Blue.
Oh, yeah? Well, you want to know what I hate? I hate not being allowed in the mall because that little blue creep got us banned. It's a free country, Mac, and yet my free trade license has been revoked because of Blue's little shin-kicking rip-off artist incident. And while I don't get out of this house very often, when I do, I like to go shopping. The last time I needed a new outfit, I had to send Madame Foster into the mall for me. She came out with a pair of bloomers and an I Heart Funny Bunny t-shirt. I could hardly go out to the Fake Outs concert in that.
I don't know, Frankie. Maybe you'd start a new fashion trend.
Only if I'm planning on hanging out with Grandma and her friends.
Well, that Flo Jerkins can make a mean doily. You could really learn from her.
Mac, I need a new pair of pants!
Fine. What do we have to do?
I've got it all set up. I've written Blue's admission of guilt and an apology for what he did. All we have to do is get him to sign it.
Ha! Good luck.
Mac, you aren't helping. I need you to be helping. I need you to get your lousy imaginary friend to sign this. Got it?
Okay.
Okay. And once I turn that in, the mall will consider the situation settled.
Really? That's it?
Well, sort of. I'll be allowed back in. I'll even be allowed to shop. But they're gonna have me shadowed for the first year until I prove that I will never bring Blue into the mall again.
Wow, that place is serious.
Protecting the public from Blue is serious business, Mac. Streamers aren't that great. You should know that better than anyone. Now, you in?
I'm in.
Okay, because we've got to be focused on our goal. You know how Blue is, Mac. He'll try to distract. He'll try to divert. We need to keep each other in check and on track. Got it?
Got it. Focus.
Focus. Okay, let's do this. Blue? Blue,
What?
come here. We need to talk to you.
We who?
Me and Mac.
Oh, yeah? What you doing?
Just watching some home movies.
Cool! Am I in 'em?
You're the star.
As it should be.
There's just no time.
Ooh, is it? Hey! Check me out! I must say I'm even more devilishly handsome on film.
Devilish? Yes. Handsome?
Just hurry, okay? Got it.
Oh, you say that now, but look at me flashing my pearly whites! The ladies just can't refuse them.
Actually, we can. And it wasn't your pearly whites that I couldn't refuse. I was trying to get to the mall to get the streamers that Mr. Harriman wanted for Madame Foster's birthday party, and your pearly white flashing was getting in the way. I took what I thought would be the path of least resistance. Little did I know.
Frankie, focus.
Sorry.
Blue, we need to talk to you about what you did.
Is this about the toilet?
The toilet?
Because I had nothing to do with it overflowing. Eduardo just has a lot of hair.
Blue, what did you do to the...
Frankie, focus.
Right, focus. No, Blue, it's not about the toilet.
Well, then if it's about the pudding, I really didn't think it would ooze through like that.
Ooze through like what?
Mac's backpack. Who knew the fabric would be so porous? I mean, seriously, I thought something intended to withstand the elements would have had a much tighter weave.
What do you mean putting in my backpack? Ew!
That's what I'm saying. I guess that's why they invented plastic.
Blue, why did you even think of putting pudding in my backpack? It's a backpack!
Mac, focus. Right. Blue, do you remember this?
Sure do I. Will you just look at what Wilt was doing?
Yeah, he was staying out of trouble and holding the door for everyone.
Oh, sure. You call it staying out of trouble. I call it staying in trouble.
What? That's not even a phrase. And Wilt doesn't get into trouble.
Hello, he was letting the cold air out and letting the hot air in. The shopping mall is a controlled ecosystem. He was causing it to lose that control.
Blue, the mole was not hot.
Well, I was sweating, and I only sweat when I'm hot. And the reason I was hot was because of Wilt.
Can you think of any other reason why you may have been hot?
Well, I wasn't wearing a sweater.
No.
And I wasn't eating jalapenos.
No.
And I certainly wasn't walking over hot coals. So the only reason the mall could have been hot was that Wilt was upsetting the delicate balance.
All right. Wilt was the one upsetting things.
See, Mac, Frankie agrees.
No, I don't, Blue. I was being sarcastic.
Oh, Frankie, you and the sarcasm, playing with the wordplay. Just admit that the mall was turning into an oven because of Wilt's little hold-the-door routine. I'm telling you, that guy is headed for a downfall if he doesn't realize when his supposed do-gooding is do-badding.
Ugh! What about this? Do you remember this?
Oh, are you kidding? This very moment was the start of the worst day of my life.
Of your life?
This is where the ripping off began. That stinking sample guy not letting me try another sample. What was up with that? It's in his title and his job description. Sample guy, the provider of samples.
Blue, you weren't going to buy anything.
How do you know that? How did he know that? Only I knew whether what I had sampled was going to lead me beyond just sampling. Rip off!
How could you get ripped off by a free sample?
Oh, Frankie, you clearly don't know the real deviousness of rip-off artists.
Oh, I know devious, Blue. You are the definition of devious.
Oh, I see where this is going.
You do.
This isn't about any home movies. This is about Wilt's toe.
What'd you do to Wilt's toe?
Simmer down. The doctor who did the x-rays and casted him up promised that it would heal in about a month.
You broke Wilt's toe?
No, I did not break Wilt's toe. Wilt's toe broke.
Because you...
Hey, lady, don't go accusing me. He shouldn't trip while trying to catch me when I'm flying 90 miles an hour from that catapult.
What? You tested the catapult without me?
It was the perfect morning for it. The wind was right. Not my fault you're still sticking with this whole education thing.
Blue?
Mac?
Sorry. Man, Blue.
Relax. We'll do it later.
Blue, listen to me. This is not about any of those things.
Well, then it's gotta be about Coco.
Blue, let us tell you what this is about, okay?
Fine.
What about Coco?
Nothing. You tell me what this is all about.
Okay.
I just hope she can figure out how to get out of that tree. That catapult really sent her flying.
Coco got to ride in the catapult before me? I designed that for my school research.
Well, then I guess that whole education thing isn't a total waste. Though it would have been good for you to be there.
I guess you really should have thought of that before you tested it without me.
Yeah, I guess your math skills would have come in handy. Because we clearly didn't calculate the trajectory right. She didn't clear that tree at all. Well, what are you gonna do? Crazy bird with wings that don't work, go figure.
So there's Eduardo's hair, Mac's backpack, Wilt's toe, Coco in a tree.
And that's just from this morning.
Frankie, don't lose it now. Bring it back, remember? Focus.
Tell me to focus. You're the one getting distracted by catapults.
Fine, then we both gotta focus.
Right. Focus. Now, Blue, look at this.
What?
This, the screen.
Blue, do you remember what happened here?
Where?
Here, right here at the mall.
You kidding? I got a memory like a steel trap.
So what happened?
When?
Mac just asked you on the day we went to the mall.
I'm sorry, did you just ask me that? I got a mind like a sieve.
How do you have a memory like a steel trap and a mind like a sieve?
Is this a riddle? Because I'm great at riddles. Knock, knock.
Blue, will you answer the question?
No, Frankie, it's who's there. Knock, knock, who's there? Everyone knows that. Okay, Mac, let's show her how it's done. Pretend I just said knock, knock, and you just said who's there. Orange.
Orange who?
Aren't you glad I didn't say banana? Ba-dum-bump.
Blue, do you or do you not remember what happened the day we went to the mall?
Do I?
Just sit in it. It's
I don't know, do you?
Well, let's just take a look. Oh, well, will you look at that? It's Lady Lounge-a-lot.
What? I'm not talking about me.
Well, you asked what I remember, and here it is in black and white.
Blue, this is in color.
Don't try to defend her, Mac. She made her bed, or reclined in her chair, as the case may be, so now she has to lie in it.
Blue, this is not the point.
Oh, really? Well, then what is the point, Slumberella?
Well,
You asked what I remembered, Frankie, and what I remember about you was you taking a little napperoonie.
Okay, well, yeah, fine. I admit it. I kind of fell asleep.
Kinda. Excuse me, Miss McSnoozy Pants. I've heard saws make less noise when they're cutting logs.
Are you saying I snore?
And drool, and normally I wouldn't care, but you were having your little slumber party in what should have been my future chair for Madam Foster had them all not been chock full of rip-off artists. Oh, and there's one of the king rip-off artists. Do you know how much that guy wanted me to pay for that chair? Like $1 million.
It was not $1 million,
Fine,
Blue.
$500,000. My point is, I had money to buy said chair, and that guy turned down my money like it was dirt.
Not like it was dirt, like it wasn't enough money, which it wasn't. Stores have this thing about not wanting to be paid a minuscule fraction of what the products actually cost, Blue.
Yeah, Blue, you can't just expect to get whatever you want for whatever price you want.
Oh, I don't want to hear anything from you about this day. What were you but just another dead weight?
Are you kidding? I gave you $4.25 for Madam Foster's gift. I was your biggest contributor.
Excuse me. Second biggest. Wilt gave me a 5. That's 75 cents more than your measly amount. Which was so measly that I couldn't even buy one of these rip-off artists' lousy cactuses.
Cacti.
Whatever. As far as I'm concerned, they should have been giving me those cactuses for free.
Free? How do you figure that, Blue?
Well, let's just take a look, shall we?
Hey, buddy, put this on my back. Come on, be a pal.
Will you look at me? I am totally working it. I'm showing how those can be used as awesome back massagers. But was I paid anything for my demonstrating the true potential of those cactuses? Did I get any compensation?
Why should you have been compensated for having a bunch of guys put dancing cacti on your back?
Because I bet when I left, those cacti went like hotcakes.
Oh, sure they did. All I see on the streets these days are people with dancing succulents on their backs.
Exactly. But did those rip-off artists give me a cactus for my hard work? No.
Blue, this is not about the cactus rip-off artist.
Oh, it's always about the rip-off artist, Frankie. But let me tell you, these guys were amateurs. If you want to hear the ultimate in rip-off stories, hold on to your hat. One fine autumn day, I ventured down to Ye Old Video Store. It was new DVD release Tuesday, and I was full of excitement and anticipation. I went to spend my hard-earned cash on...
Excuse me, what hard-earned cash?
Okay, your hard-earned allowance on a DVD. The Super Mega Blasteroids, the movie DVD to be exact. The packaging claimed to have some crazy awesome extras. Well, let me tell you that this was only true if extras really means not so extra. I mean, what they call commentary was just a bunch of losers babbling on and on about nothing, anecdotes and blabbity blibbity blah that had no connection to what I was watching. Just a lot of supposedly pithy banter between characters. Boring! Like I care about the motivation of some hack actor to be moved to tears. I'll tell you what moves me to tears. Listening to that garbage. I cried for my lost money.
My lost money.
Blue, you're amazing.
Why, thank you, Frankie, I am. Thank you for noticing.
Blue, is there anything else you remember from this day?
Anything else?
So I don't know where they are.
Let me rack
If we hurry,
my
we can still get back to the party in
brain.
time. But I need you to help me find the others, okay? Okay.
Oh, no. How could I forget this from the worst mall trip ever?
This what?
Eduardo.
What about Eduardo?
What do you mean, what about Eduardo? Will you look at him with that free balloon? I was at the mall too, and did I get a free balloon?
Blue, he was lost.
Lost. Yeah, right. He's been working that crybaby ankle for so long, you all don't even know you're being played anymore.
Blue, we're not being played. Eduardo really is a big crybaby.
Oh, sure. Ooh, I'm going to be taken by strangers. Ooh, let me hold Frankie's hand. Ooh, I'm big fraidy cat who run through the mall causing lots of ruckus. Man, he has you all snowed.
He caused a lot of ruckus.
Yeah, his ruckus sent all security up in arms, which only made it a bigger mess for me.
What?
I am so sorry I ever invited that guy along and would so never take him to the mall again.
Him? You wouldn't take him?
Ugh, why must I repeat myself? I wouldn't take him because he caused a lot of ruckus. We've got it on film, lady. There's no denying it.
All right, Blue, is there anything else you remember from that day?
Well...
Coco? Coco, what are you? No, never mind.
Coco! Frankie, you forced me to let that skinflint into the mall despite her lack of funds for my gift for Madame Foster. Hey, now that I think of it, I'm glad she's stuck in that tree. Just look at her.
She's working.
Working my last nerve.
No, Blue, she's actually at the mall working a job to earn money to buy Madame Foster a gift, which is more than you did.
Yeah, Blue. All you did was invite your friends along and then beg money off them.
Your point?
Our point is that Coco was going about this the right way while you were going about it the blue way.
I have no idea what you are talking about.
I'm talking about you trying to get something for nothing, which is what you always do. And then when you don't get that something for nothing, blaming others and calling them rip-off artists.
That's all hearsay. I challenge you to give one example of my doing such a thing.
Here. Right here. You expected to get free vibrating pagers.
Well, he said they were free.
And there! You kicked him and called him a rip-off artist when you didn't get what you wanted.
Okay, so you have one rather weak example. I challenge you to find another.
You said to give you one.
Well, now I want two.
Well, Blue, I was with you when you kicked the salesman at pointing your image.
Yeah.
Okay, that cannot be submitted as evidence because Mac is a part of opposing counsel, and you don't actually have that on film.
Fine. What about when you kicked me, huh? I still have a bruise from that day. That's undeniable evidence, Blue.
What's she doing there?
Who?
That massage chair stealing Coco, that too. Wasn't she just squeezing lemons?
She got another job.
Another?
At the information desk.
Like she has any information. They should have hired me. I'm chock full of information.
Yep, you're full of it.
Besides, Coco wasn't at that job for long. Next, she got a job as a security guard.
What? Doesn't she know what the shopping mall is all about? It's about shopping, not working. It's not a working mall.
Well, somebody has to work in the mall to sell the things to those who are shopping.
But she wasn't selling in any of these jobs. First she was squeezing, then she was informing, and then she was guarding.
Those are still perfectly acceptable jobs, Blue.
Yeah, right. Besides, just what's she trying to prove with this whole job thing?
She's not trying to prove anything, Blue, least of all to you. However, what she did prove is that if you get a job and earn money, you can buy nice gifts for the people you love.
Oh, sure she did. You want to know what I think?
Do we have a choice?
I think she proved that she can't be trusted.
What? How did she prove that?
3 jobs in one brief trip to the mall? I call that unreliable.
And you're the reliable one, roaming the mall, losing everyone, stealing couch cushions.
I did not steal. I paid $2.50 for that cushion.
People don't buy couches piecemeal, Blue. You taking that cushion made that couch unusable.
So you put a few throw blankets in there to puff it up. Everyone has spare throw blankets. Man, will you look at how good I look on film? So rugged.
Rugged?
So blue.
Well, that one goes without saying.
I should really consider starting a career on the big screen. I gotta say, I've got a good look. I mean, come on, Mac, you created me. Don't you think I'm a fine hunk of man?
Oh, yeah, you're hot.
All right, Blue, now that you've contemplated how gorgeous you are, is there anything else?
Anything else what?
Anything else you remember from that trip to the mall?
Cut to the chase, Frankie. Spell it out for him.
Blue, do you, in that clearly altered universe brain of yours, remember anything negative about yourself from that day and the term rip-off artist?
Negative about moi?
Think, Blue, think.
While rip-off artist does bring up negative connotations, they have nothing to do with me. With me, there is no ripping off. You get charm, wit, and a fella that can bust a move. And for what? For free. People should be paying me for what all I got. In fact, I'm getting ripped off just talking to you two. You should be forking over the dough just for being blessed with my presence.
Now that'd be a rip-off.
Frankie, you don't even know what a rip-off is, which is sad because on this very day, you were the most ripped off of all.
Me? How'd you rope me into this?
Oh, Frankie, don't you see how you are tangled in this nefarious game of the rip-off artists?
No.
Oh, Frankie, I'm so disappointed. This from you, from the one woman in this house I thought I could really trust. Straight shooting Frankie. Why, it's even in your name. Be frank with me, Frankie. Tell me the truth. Why did you really bring me in here? Why?
Fine, I'll tell you. It was to get you to sign this.
Oh, Frankie, this? An admission of guilt from me? And addressed to the rip-off artists themselves? For shame.
Blue, you don't understand. I'm not allowed in the mall. I've got to buy things. A girl's gotta shop.
Not from them, Frankie. Not from them. You can do better.
I can't.
Of course you can. Think of what they've done to us. That day, to all of us. Just look! Running for your life.
That was rather awful.
Being hunted by security, and just think of the price you paid.
What price?
Oh, Frankie, I'm not just talking monetary price. I'm talking about the price of your soul.
My soul?
How much is your soul worth, Frankie, huh?
I don't know.
Is your soul really worth a bag of streamers?
What? No!
That's right, Frankie. You're better than that.
I am.
Better than the rip-off artist.
You're right.
Preserve your soul, Frankie.
I will, Blue, I will. I'll save my soul. You're right. I got totally ripped off by those streamers. Ripped to shreds by those rip-off
But
artists.
Frankie, let's take it deeper. Let's find the real culprit who forced you to buy those rip-off artist streamers.
Frankie, don't let him do it. Don't you see? He's doing just what you said he'd do. He's distracting, diverting. Don't fall for it,
Who,
Frankie.
Who lured you to the rip-off artist?
Harriman.
Exactly, the man behind Demand.
The buddy behind the man.
If it weren't for Harriman demanding that you buy those streamers from Demand, you wouldn't be asking me to join you in signing away my soul to the man.
Oh, Blue, it's true. Everything bad in my life, it all comes down to that rotten rabbit.
No, it doesn't. Frankie, it doesn't come down to the rotten rabbit. It comes down to the bogus Blue. You kicked those people in the shins, Blue. You called them rip-off artists. You wreaked havoc on the entire mall.
Mac, I just can't hear you when you won't listen.
What?
You are so young, so impressionable. I can't believe that your tarnished imagination could have actually created someone as pure as me.
Pure? Ha!
Don't ha me, Sonny. Don't you see that your 425 couldn't buy you freedom?
Huh?
That money wasn't enough for the rip-off artists. They wanted more. But when they saw that you had no more to offer, they hunted you down like a dog. See?
Ah! You're right. I was being hunted that day. In fact, I still have nightmares about it. The running, the chasing, the endless
And
pursuit.
for what? For some old lady's birthday! Which leads me to to the real culprit in this crime, the real reason for the streamers, and it's not the rabbit. It's
Madam Foster!
the Grand Dame herself. If it weren't for Madam Foster having birthday after birthday, requiring streamer after streamer, and demanding present after present, we wouldn't have even been at that mall.
Yes!
You're right, Blue. That trip to the mall was all my grandma's fault. And then she went and bought me bloomers.
Your nightmares, Mac. Your lack of pants, Frankie. It's all just a continuation in the ultimate rip-off artist nefarious plan. So throw away that confession of guilt, Frankie.
Done.
The real guilty party is right there. All these years, she's managed to slip through everyone's fingers, and she's got a routine down pat, playing up being old and dotty, giving a little wink and a friendly giggle. It's all a part of that grifter's game. In fact, I've heard her say that she's been pulling the wool over our sheep for years.
Well, she has not.
Oh, yes, she has, Frankie. And she's been doing it to you since you were a child.
You're right. When I was a kid, she told me that picking your nose in public was okay. Lie. It's no wonder I never had any friends.
That's right, Frankie. Let it all out.
And then when I was a teenager, she said, don't wear deodorant. People like the natural smell. Lie. I stank so bad I couldn't even get a real date to the prom. I took Wilt. And even though he could dance, it just wasn't cool.
I hear you, sister.
And even today,
Yes?
when I went to pay the cute paper guy,
Uh-huh.
she told me that I should wear my bloomers because they're retro. Lie!
Oh.
They're not retro. They're just dorky. I'll never get married. I'll be stuck in this house of imaginary friends forever, all because I have absolutely no social skills with real people.
Yes, set yourself free.
Oh, well, I'm not gonna take it anymore. That old woman's lies are condemning me to a life of spinsterhood. I'm just gonna have to go have a talk with that old biddy.
Not without me, you're not, Frankie. I just realized she's been lying to me, too.
What'd she say, Mac?
She told me I'm not a good bowler.
Well, you're not. That's
Yeah.
actually the truth.
Well, I'm not gonna let that rip-off artist Foster pull the wool over my sheep again.
Exactly. Give her what for. Dress her down. Reveal her for the rip-off artist she truly is.
Yeah!
Thanks for helping us see the light, Blue.
That's what I'm here for. Helping those who can't help themselves.
Come on, Mac. Let's get her.
I'm right behind you, Frankie.
See you two later. Oh, not a bad day's work there, Mr. Kazoo. Got an overflowing toilet, a goopy backpack, a broken toe, a trapped bird thing, and 2 suckers off my back. Nice.
Blah,